everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. With that, let's get up to Buffalo. Standing by at New Era Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake. Now Kelly. He'll buy some time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Reed. And that one results in 35 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On 2nd and 12, Kelly escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Kelly now. from the gun on third down. Flushed out. That's going to be caught by Reed. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Yeah, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Elway to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the red zone now, Elway on first down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now a handoff looking right, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Elway to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade sixes for threes, things are going to work out in your favor.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now they try the right side here. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards to pick up there. That last run, pretty monumental, Charles. He just toppled 15,000 career rushing yards.
And that just leads me to a question, and even before that, a tip of the cap. How about that accomplishment? But just think in your life, what have you done positively 15,000 times, right?
I haven't driven 15,000 yards, let alone ran for 15,000 yards.
That is phenomenal. Congratulations.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Tight end to the right. Move. We got 4. We got 4.
Throwing on second down. Kellen flush to his, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. They'll roll him out right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a first down throw. Kelly escaping the pressure right. This is Butler making the catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now Bell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Here's Elway.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw is Elway, rolling to his right. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Elway. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Butler. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now it's Elway. And Watson has it right side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first, they'll throw with Elway, eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
60-yard.
Now Elway, dancing to his left. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. On first down, Elway. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On second down and 4, Kelly caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Flush to his right. He'll let this go for the end, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys are able to regain the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
On the double.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Elway will throw. Flushed out right. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Elway to throw on 2nd, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Elway. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Bring it, bring it.
Now it's Elway. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Kelly. Flush to his right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. An excellent gain, 35 yards. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Kelly, and that'll be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Bills now down on the scoreboard. 1:46 to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll run on first down. Bell, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Steps away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barber. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock, this for the win. And his kick is good. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Broncos, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. So for our